When I started to learn about goldenrod and all its benefits, I really had a moment where I just had to stop and thank the Lord for his blessings. Anyone who's been studying herbs knows that any given herb is usually good for more than one thing. But when it comes to goldenrod, it just seems to be good for almost anything. From the common cold right through to kidney stones, this plant is good for so many things. Let's get started learning how to prepare it. First, you're going to want a good set of kitchen shears or a strong pair of scissors. Since with this plant we're going to be using the leaves as well as the flowers, we're going to take quite a bit of the plant. We were able to gather quite a bit, and so before I make the oil, I'm just going to lay them out in between paper towel and let them dry out a bit because I'm making an oil with these and I don't want the water in the goldenrod to make the oil go bad. I'm just going to go through the leaves and just take out any that look like they have bug infestation or mildew or anything like that. I'm going to do that now as I'm laying it out because later I won't be able to tell once they're wilted as easily. And we're just going to knock out any bugs and lay them down on our paper towel. So this is our discarded leaves. And there's the rest wilting. As well as wilting some goldenrod for the oil, we are dehydrating for tea. So we have filled up the dehydrator. So we let the plant wilt yesterday and then overnight. Now that the goldenrod is thoroughly wilted, you want to chop it up really fine. In this case I'm using my mezzaluna, but you can use a normal chopping knife or herb scissors, whatever works. Then you want to fill up the jar most of the way full, and we're going to completely cover it with our oil. You want to make sure that there is no herb above the oil. In this case I'm using sunflower oil, but you could also use avocado oil or any other oil that you desire. And again, as in our last video, because we are using a wilted herb and not a fully dehydrated herb, we've used cheesecloth, and then we are placing it on our wax warmer, and this will help to get out any moisture. It will just evaporate and we won't have a problem with the oil turning moldy. Our oil has been sitting on the warmer for a while and now it is finished, and so we're just going to pour out the oil through our filtering system. In this case, as you will see, I use cheesecloth as well as a coffee filter because of the really fine flowers that goldenrod has. I don't know if I would do that again. It took a really long time for the oil to go through the coffee filter. So I actually just set it aside and let it do its thing. But in the future, maybe you just use cheesecloth. So you can buy pelleted wax, but it's so much cheaper to buy the bars, and I can buy them from a local beekeeper, which I would rather know where I'm getting something from. And it's not that hard to just chip some off. And we're just going to put it in our jar. I'm going to place the jar in there. Alright, so our wax has melted. Our next ingredient is our goldenrod oil. So we've zeroed out our scale and we are just going to add 8 ounces to our 1 ounce. We're really close, so that's okay. Because our goldenrod oil was kind of cool sitting in the pantry, It's kind of solidified the wax a bit, so we're going to warm it back up. So our wax and our oil has completely melted. And we're just going to pour it in our jars. So those two will be completely just the goldenrod. And then we're going to make one more that we're going to add a little bit of cayenne and some St. John's wort to. All right, so we have roughly weighed out about an ounce. And to that we are going to zero it out, and we're going to add both our oils of goldenrod oil. We've warmed our combined oil and wax, and now we're ready to pour it into our jars. Now for the remaining part, I'm going to mix in a little bit of cayenne and a little bit of ginger. So since this is my first time adding the cayenne and ginger, I'm just going to add an 1/8 teaspoon of each and see how we like it. The next time we might go up to a teaspoon. Don't forget to wash your hands after applying this one. You wouldn't want to accidentally rub cayenne into your eyes. And pour the leftover oil in here. And set it on the tray. And I'm going to move these all to a spot where I can just leave them until they're completely cooled down. You want to make sure your salve is completely cool so you don't get any condensation that would cause mold. Now that they're cool, we're just going to put our lids on, and then we're going to label them. I don't know about you, but in the fall and winter, my hands just get so dry and sore. And up till now, I've been using mineral oil or Vaseline. Both of these work, but I don't love the ingredients. So I'm really looking forward to using this salve. I really like the fact that it doesn't leave my hands feeling greasy afterwards. It absorbs really nicely into my skin. Not only is this salve going to be good for helping to heal chapped and dry hands, it is also great for inflammation and pain. So I'm really looking forward to using it and just seeing how well it works. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, have a blessed day.